Yeah, okay, again. Yeah, it comes to no surprise that I talk about this company a lot, and there's a reason why. Niantic is one of those companies that has a lot of potential with their AR games because the amount of effort is there. However, their ways of monetization are absolutely atrocious as of late. The past couple of years have really showed what the priorities of this company is. It comes to no surprise. There's a lot of companies doing it. In fact, I'm going to be making another video on another company later doing the same exact crap. And one of the reasons why I bring this up is because Niantic and Nintendo are going to be collaborating with each other to make a Pikmin AR mobile game. And already I don't trust it. There hasn't even been any footage or real anything with this game. I think a trailer was the only thing that we got, or even a teaser or whatever. We haven't even seen gameplay of it, but already I want nothing to do with it. Which is a shame too, because we need a brand new actual Pikmin game, but it will never happen now, because what's going to happen is that this mobile game will hit the streets. Anyone who's a Pikmin fan or a diehard Pikmin fan will dump a shitload of money into it, and Nintendo will be like, well, why do we need to make a actual Pikmin game when this is making us boatloads of money? Same thing with Mario Kart Tour. Don't expect a Mario Kart 9 anytime soon. There's so many people asking for that. But why would they when they're making millions off this app? It doesn't make any sense. That's where all the effort's going. And Niantic seriously needs to stop with this crap, because each individual thing I wanted to make a video on, but I'm like, no, I gotta stop. But you know what? Now my blood is boiling, and I have to just explode my anger all over this fucking company's actions. So there's 4 things, or you know what, even 5 things, now that I think about it, that Niantic has been doing with their games lately. I mean, the first thing I'm gonna say right off the bat is, I feel bad for anyone who was looking forward to or has strongly played Harry Potter Wizards Unite. The game had a decent amount of potential, but the combination with Niantic and Warner Brothers just makes the game a complete shit show. It's unfortunate too, because I do like the fact that I do like some of the aspects of the game, and I was originally going to try it out. But unfortunately, it's even worse with its limited resources than Go is. The fact that you have an energy meter and the only way to charge it is by visiting stops, or whatever their equivalent is asinine. It should charge on its own, but of course it won't do that. And the amount of limited space you have for that is absolutely ludicrous, unless you want to up the amount of energy by 5 for like $3 or something. Jesus Christ! How about no? Although then again, this isn't the first time that a Warner Brothers Harry Potter game has fucked over people with energy limits. Anyone remember Hogwarts Mystery? Yeah, I bet you do. The game that literally strangles a child unless you pay money. That's not a joke either. You look it up. It's a real thing. Homemade coffee. That always puts me in a good mood. It'll balance things out, because I'm just getting pissed off talking about Niantic again. Alright, well, on to the Pokemon Go stuff, because this is what you really want, right? You love... I mean, these videos get like 100 views a piece, so apparently there's 100 of you that really love listening to me bitch about this company. I'm guilty of it too. But anyway, I mentioned before, I think I mentioned it in my last video, but I'll mention it here too, because this is a big factor, is their event prices have been absolutely asinine lately. It's bad enough that the Community Day passes are now $1, when before the Community Day itself used to just be free. And the boxes are overpriced now too, because there's an Elite TM, so if you absolutely suck at the Go Battle League, you have to fork over $13 to get one of these fucking things. Like, seriously, it's stupid. So if you want one of those legacy moves, like that Shadow Ball Mewtwo, for example, because that's really good in combat, you're gonna have to try to get one of those Elite TMs, because that's the only way to do it. So you are obligated to freaking bust your ass getting coins or fucking fork over money. So that's one of the least offensive things. The last event that they had, which was the whole like Kanto celebration thing, it was a fucking joke. It's bad enough that they pretty much paywalled Shiny Mew and Shiny Ditto behind this $12 paywall. if you didn't fork over the $12 for this admission fee, there was borderline nothing to do for this event. You got a couple of quests or whatever that gave you XP or whatever, and some Stardust, and like a couple of items you could get for free elsewhere. But other than that, there's nothing. You can catch some of the Pokemon that was featured, but a lot of the good ones were obviously locked behind the paywall. I'm honestly surprised Dratini wasn't one of them, but unfortunately I was able to catch maybe 3 in total during that entire 8-hour event. I gave the event a try because I was genuinely curious if there were things to do if I didn't pay, but no, there really wasn't. The whole objective was to try to fill up the entire Kanto Dex in one day. But what the thing that they didn't tell you too is that the catch rate is a lot better, the shiny rate is a hell of a lot better, and the amount of candies you get are significantly increased. So if you didn't buy this ticket, the catch rate was exactly the same. So it's like 15% catch rate for all the fucking starters and Pikachu and whatever. So yeah, why would I waste any freaking items on that? The shiny rate is not increased at all. I mean, there's some people that say they might have gotten a shiny here and there, but trust me, the shiny rate wasn't. If it was boosted, it was barely noticeable. The fact of it is Niantic actively punished players who did not pay up. I didn't even want to participate in it because the fact of it is, like, I had my Kanto Dex completely filled for the longest time now, and I didn't really feel I don't go after shiny Pokemon and Go. I never really have, because I knew in the back of my mind, if I wanted to complete the shiny Dex, that I would be dumping hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fucking dollars into this game. And I couldn't do it. It was, I mean, maybe once in a while I'll randomly bump into a freaking shiny Pokemon, but, like, in terms of trying to get the ones from eggs and the ones from raids, just remember what the next thing I wanted to talk about. Yeah, those two things in fucking specific, Niantic. Wow, I actually legitimately just cracked my hand doing that so hard. See what you made me do? You almost made me break my finger. I feel bad for anyone who's obsessed with collecting shinies and trying to fill their entire decks with these fucking things. I'm so glad I'm not part of that, because holy crap, it is one of the most frustrating things ever. What used to be like a fun little thing where, holy crap, it's a shiny Pokemon, you get really excited. It turns into a fucking addiction, and now you want to get every single one you can, and in order to do that, you have to shell out hundreds of dollars, and that's not a lie. There's one thing in specific that proves that Niantic rigs their raids. 100%. I was actually recommended randomly a trainer tips video, and I'm kind of glad I did. So, I mean, shout out to you, because, I mean, he's actually smartening up, and he's realizing how bad this fucking game is with his monetization, which I feel bad for him, because, like, he deserves better for how much support he puts into this damn game. But then he gets treated like this during the Rayquaza raid weekend. Alright, let's just one thing at a time. Okay, where to begin? Probably with the Silph Road odds. Supposedly, and I think Niantic even said this, I'm not 100% sure if this is actual odds or not, but I heard that it's supposed to be a 1 in 20 chance to get a shiny Pokemon. I thought Niantic said this. I thought there was somewhere on their blog or something that they specifically said this, because usually if it's a Silph Road odd, it's usually all over the place and it's not an exact number. But I think it's 1 in 20. It's 5% chance. Supposedly. But then we have shit like this over Rayquaza raid weekend, where trainer tips had to... Want to take a guess? Take a guess how many raids he had to do before he had his first shiny. You thought 20? No. You thought 40? Oh. 53! Oh, yeah. 5% chance, huh? Yeah, more like fucking 1.2% chance. 1 in 53. Of course, and here's the kicker too. The IVs were low 70s. I think it was a 73%, which wasn't what he was going for. He was going for that Shundo, which shiny 100%. That thing wasn't even fucking close. I think it was 10, 11, and 13 or something. It was crap. Imagine spending like $50 fucking dollars or more on these damn raids, and you finally get the shiny Pokemon that you want to actually use and power up and whatever, And the thing is borderline useless. You probably would have... I mean, the only thing that it would be decent for is if you tried to trade it to your friend and maybe get a lucky one out of it. But seriously? Niantic, seriously, it takes $50 fucking to get one of these shiny Pokemon all of a sudden. And I know for a fact Shiny Rayquaza is a fan favorite, and you fucking know it. And this is the shit that you pull. Do I dare mention the fact that Trainer Chips tried to go for a second shiny, and it took him 126 raids in total to get 2? We're talking almost 1 in 60. That's literally 1 in 58 raids, on average, to get a shiny Rayquaza. Oh, gee. I mean, Niantic, you better fucking hope that you didn't actually post those 1 in 20 odds, because this is shady as fuck. You can't tell me that it's a 1 in 20 chance and he got bad luck that many fucking times? Seriously. The Rayquaza raid weekend was 100% rigged, no doubt about it. Especially someone as loyal as Trainer Tips. You bet your fucking ass that Niantic has like a fucking log how much he spends. So they already know in the back of their fucking data that he will keep spending until he gets a shiny. Or 2 or whatever. And that's the reason why they probably lowered the odds on purpose so he would keep spending. You can tell me that it's, oh, that's sadistic, there's no way or whatever, but these mobile games or any games with random odds, loot boxes, etc. are not regulated. And there's nothing in the terms of service that says they can't do it. In fact, you know what? In some of these terms of service, it literally says odds subject to change without notice. I haven't personally read that, but I know fucking Activision likes to put that in their 43-page long fucking things. I read that, and yes, odds subject to change without notice in some of theirs. On CTR, but that game didn't even have loot boxes, but then again, it was in there. I don't exactly remember where. It was somewhere in the fucking middle. Yeah, sneaky fucks, I saw you there. But yeah, some of these terms of service, it will sometimes say odds subject to change without notice. And yeah, there you go. There's your fucking proof right there. Regardless if it's even in their terms of service or not, this is a clear example that they fucking rigged their raids. Both of those Rayquazas were 70s IV, by the way. He didn't even get 100%, even with the standard ones. I must have got fucking lucky back in the day when I got my 100% Mewtwo. I think that was really No, I think there was only one other raid that I got 100% on, and it was a Bayleaf back when the raids were first released. But yeah, you know the odds are fucking are changed for the fucking worse. I can't even imagine how many fucking hyper potions he must have tossed out too. You think he's gonna keep all like 1,200 of the fucking things if you average fucking 15? Yeah, no. Bottom of the line, he got screwed. He didn't need the XP because he has more than enough to get level 50, so the XP's useless. The Stardust, once again, you can get for free by catching shit, so it might as well not even exist. Besides, 1,000 per raid is not worth it anyway, especially when you hatch like 1 egg and you get fucking 1,200 or even 4,000 or something, depending on what type of egg you hatch. So even then. Oh, that reminds me. Eggs! Oh, eggs. The actual loot boxes. I mean, to be fair, raids are loot boxes in disguise. The raid rewards are rigged, the shiny chance is rigged, the fact that you may or may not even catch the thing is fucking rigged. Yeah, I remember my fucking Azolf raid that took me 14 golden Raz with excellent curveball throws and still didn't fucking get it. But on to the eggs. Oh, the eggs. Even when I played Go, I stopped caring about eggs a long fucking time ago because I knew that these things were loot boxes in disguise from the very beginning. And it's more apparent now than ever before, where Niantic is giving this chart of rarity, saying, oh, the most common Pokemon will be labeled as 1-star, and the really rare ones will be labeled as 5-star. This chart is a fucking joke. It's laughably bad. You know why? Is because, well, who's to say that the 1-star rarity Pokemon aren't 80% of the pulls, and the 5-star is like 0.01%? You don't fucking know that. They do, but you don't. This tier list is borderline fucking useless. The only thing it gives you a general idea is if you see anything in the 5 stars, don't expect to get it. That's it. That's literally all it is. It's like, you see these, you ain't getting them. That's all. That's the only thing the tier list fucking does. I mean, to be fair, they had to do something because that whole special event thing where Dino was first released and people were trying to get a shiny one, there was literally no dinos at all during the entire first 2 days, and the Sylph Road marked every single one of them. There was 0% of them. That was extremely shady, Niantic. Where you introduce something and then all of a sudden people don't even fucking see it. Yeah, sure. But even so, some of the rarities on these things, like trying to get Riolu, for example, or trying to get the shiny dino from the 12-kilometer eggs, that you might as well not even fucking try. It really doesn't help that all of their main event Pokemon now, like the Happiny with the flower crown that recently happened during Easter, are locked behind these eggs. And they say, oh, if you're lucky, you might be able to get a shiny one. No, if you're lucky, you might be able to see one, period. Sylph Road, once again, says there's a less than 1% chance of getting this fucking thing. And you expect people to get a fucking shiny? Yeah, now I know why people try to sell these Pokemon on eBay for thousands of dollars a piece. I have no idea how rigged these eggs are in specific, but it easily can be manipulated. Easily. The tier list is borderline useless because if the tier list themselves had like actual odds in general, I would actually give them credit for that. But they didn't do that, did they? No. My theory is like I said, the first one is anywhere between 60 and 80%, and the last one is like 1% or less. I mean, that's the pool themselves. I mean, if you've seen the fucking pool for the 2 eggs during this event, there were 20 Pokemon in the 5-star tier pool. And Happiny was one of them, by the way. So imagine if it's like, oh, a 5% chance to get this. You don't know, but I'm just guesstimating. 5% chance to get a Pokemon from the 5th tier. Okay, then you have to factor in another 1 in 20 chance on top of that for Happiny. It's a fucking shit show. And to anyone that says that eggs aren't loot boxes, you still have to pay to open these fucking things now, don't you? Unless you want to walk 1 egg at a time, which I highly doubt. Anyone like walking 12 kilometers for 1 egg? Pretty sure at least 80% of players don't. And it's one of those things where it has that same dopamine effect. You see the egg hatching, you get your hopes up, and it's a fucking trubbish for the 14th time in a row. And then you feel fucking depressed afterwards. Literally, it's no better than EA's fucking gambling loot boxes. And now, honestly, now I know why when I actually hatched a shiny Budew during that last community day during Roselia, because I did have my app on just for the hell of it, and I hatched a shiny one, there were people lining up to ask me to trade already, and I'm like, okay, wow, I didn't realize that was that rare. But yeah, apparently that's the thing. It was so rare that people who hatched... must have got really lucky, and I'm guessing Niantic knows that I barely played the game, so they're trying to sucker me in with these freebies. Yeah, ain't gonna happen, buddy. I ain't spending a single fucking penny on this game anymore. So now I know why other people who probably hatched, like, 50 eggs during that community day were lining up to ask me to trade for that. I gave it away for free because I'm a nice guy. I don't really care about shinies, so it was Samantha's lucky day. So kudos to you. All right, and this video is going on way too long. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is the next event that is recently happening. Remember when I gave Niantic a lot of shit about them paywalling Mega Pidgeot behind a $2 million paywall? I like the several people that disliked that video. It's like, that's an actual thing. You do the fucking math. If you 2 million raids, how much is it for a pass? $1 each? Do the math. 2 million raids, $2 million. Doy. Now there's another event for Rivals Week coming up. And Niantic wants everyone to gather together and battle raids for the chance at, is it double or triple Stardust? We'll just say double. It's increased Stardust for I think a week. We'll just say that. And there's another thing too that's just absolutely ludicrous in my eyes. They want the players to do a whopping 40 million raids to unlock this reward. Niantic, you remember all the other times you gave double Stardust for a week? For free? Now you're asking your entire player base to drop $40 million on this fucking app again? God, this just fucking aggravates me. I mean, why would anyone want to do fucking raids anyway? You rig them. The rewards are fucking garbage. You literally get healing aid and You literally get healing items over 80% of the time. That was my average anyway. And, hey, I guess I'm not the only one that gets fucking 15 to 18 hyper potions a raid, because freaking Trainer Tips does too. I seen it with my own eyes. That sucks. Especially when you need freaking golden raspberries to catch the Rayquazas for the XL candy. I can guarantee that a majority of those fucking things ran on him because he didn't get the items he needed to fucking catch it. Seriously, 40 million raids for a feature that should just be free to begin with. You have these free events all the fucking time with the Stardust. All of a sudden now you're asking players to drop $40 million in total just to get something they previously had for free. Niantic, I'm sick of your shit. This is fucking ridiculous. You're overpricing these events and you're punishing players by not dropping the fucking money on them. You're rigging your raids and making people spend hundreds of dollars for shitty shinies that they'll never use. You give these stupid fucking loot box odds that make no sense because they have no percentages and they're just listed in tiers. So once again, you could easily be rigging those as well. And now you, on top of all this shit, you got money from the incubators and the raids and the fucking events, and now you're asking people to drop another 40 million just for extra fucking Stardust. Bottom line, don't ever get that Pikmin Mobile game because it's going to be a predatory, over-monetized piece of shit.